Hello up there and welcome back to ATM10 to the Sky episode 16. Woo! I did a few things off camera because I wanted to make sure that I got enough sand to be able to get ourselves the allthemodium block and the unobtainium. So since we did get that, and we're starting to get stuff in our inventory, which is great. The only problem is these turn into nuggets. So we'll worry about processing everything probably after a couple episodes. I'll probably spend some time just working with modern industrialization, which is what we're going to be doing today. So I started grabbing a few things off camera real quick and made some copper dust and some tin dust, which is what we're going to use to get ourselves some bronze. Wish it would have gave me a little bit more than that. But then if we look at bronze, we just need bronze ingots. We should be able to make. Where's it at? Bronze dust. 1 tin, 3 copper. I'm probably going to need a bunch of this. And then I can smelt it up. There are other ways to get it as well. Like another way that we can just get copper is just using a hammer with copper to get dust. And I did set an autocraft just to make more of these hammers. Because we are going to need a lot of copper in the end, and we're going to need a lot of tin. So I think it's just easier just to knock this out. Let's make 2. I think we're going to be going through them pretty quickly. That might be a good start. So we can just go ahead and smelt up the bronze. While that's going, one thing we are going to need for this coke oven, or not actually the coke oven, but the bronze boiler, is we got to get water. And yes, you can use a sink to get water. The only problem is that, you know, I like to just have it in my system. I just want it in the system at all times. A quick, easy way to do it, instead of having to craft up that infinity card for water, is we can actually just come right down here. Just grab an open area. And if we put down a Fluix ME cable, we'll go right in between. And then we can set a storage bus up with the sink. If you click on the storage bus and you just type in water, make sure that it's just the Minecraft water. And what that's going to do is it's going to pull from the sink, and we should have water in our system. Pretty easy. Pretty easy in the end. I don't think that's going to be enough for now. But, you know, we can always add more later. So what we'll do is we'll take our diamond hammer. If we put bronze in it, you can see everything that's going to come from it. So we can get double ingots, our curved plates, our bronze bolts, bronze ring, bronze rod, everything that we'll need. And the first thing I think I want to make is this. Grab a few of them. And then we can make ourselves the wrench. And actually, while I'm at it, I'll grab this. Oh, bronze rotor. Well, that's nice. Bronze boiler. That's what we need. The bronze boiler. Which is just going to need the plates that we just made, a bronze tank. So we're going to need more bronze plates to begin with. And clay fire bricks, which is 2 brick dust and 2 clay balls. That's why I decided just to grab a bunch of bricks and the clay balls, because we'll be needing to make the steam blast furnace and the coke oven. Which I kind of, you know, I wish that it would have just used regular bricks for the boiler, just because it's easier to make. But if you take your bricks and you toss it in here, you can get your brick dust. Super simple. So then with the brick dust and these clay balls, we can go ahead and make ourselves a good, healthy amount of the clay dust. Which we can go ahead and toss in here, since I still do not have a setup yet just for smelting yet. That will be coming. Trust me, because we are going to need it. And then the tank is more bronze. So let's get a few more plates. Oh, you don't even need to use the durability. That's very interesting. I didn't know that was... Okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier. That makes it a lot easier. Right now, we'll just make 3. Just so then we can get the steam boiler going. Alright, first thing out of the way, the bronze boiler. Which I think we're going to go ahead and put the bronze boiler down here. And then we can just pipe up the items that we'll need. And this island is actually going to get changed in a couple of episodes. So it's a little bit more compact and easier to use than what we have there. Bronze boiler out of the way. Bronze machine casing and bronze tank. Okay. I'll take another tank. We're probably going to need it for another machine. So let's see here. Since this goes to multiple different things, I don't know exactly which ones of these we're going to need in the beginning, because we'll be going straight into the steam or the steel age. So I don't know if we're going to need everything. But I would like to get the compressor so then we can get this uncooked steel. But we'll need to make these to begin, because we're going to need coke that's going to come from coal. So we need 21 bricks altogether to make the coke oven. And then we're going to need fluid input and output hatches and item as well. That's not very difficult. Except for my inventory is a little difficult right now. So if we get... I know we're going to need more than 21. But if we get this part knocked out, then I'll go ahead and make, I think 8 more I need. For the coke oven. Okay, so then we still have our 21. So these 2 can go away. Make it a little bit easier. And then we're going to need the input and the output hatches for fluid and item. Which at least we have 1 bronze casing. So there is our fluid input hatch. Let's get our item. We're going to need a bronze gear. Probably going to need 3 of these all together. Okay. copper we got. So there is those items. Just trying to make sure I'm not making too many of them. I mean, I could go ahead. Take you. So I can just make. Need more bronze plates. Bronze is the thing we need to make sure that we got a bunch of. So let's go ahead and we'll use up the rest of these that we got. Make some more dust. Go cook these up. Because we're going to need a lot, especially whenever we get into doing the pipes. Yeah, they get a little expensive. And we're going to need more copper as well. Copper's easy, though. We've got that pretty much ready to go. See, we can make everything off of here. Let's go ahead. And we can just go ahead. Where'd it go? Bronze. Actually, I needed that. See, auto crafting can be very handy. So that's the output hatch. And then we need the input. More bronze. I have it right there. So now we got ourselves that. Cool. So we can go ahead and place our bricks down. It's going to be pretty much, it's like a 3x3. So we can start this and we'll set on top coke oven. And then as you can see, if you hold out your wrench that came from MI itself, you can see how it's got to be made. And there's an opening in the center. But we don't have to use all the bricks because we're going to be breaking out these two sides to begin with. Since we'll be putting our input hatches. Not in the center. So let's go ahead. Let's do fluid on one. Input. That's output. Okay. Let's do fluid first. And then we'll do item. And then the same thing over here. Fluid we'll do on the outside and item will be in the center. And then if we click shape invalid. Oh, I missed a brick. There it is. Status active. Perfect. So now we can come down here and place our boiler. And then from here, we're going to run cables over. Oh, one too many. So then we are going to need to grab ourselves which I don't think we have any in our system. All right, let me grab the item right back real quick, and I'll be right back. So I checked my inventory real quick, and I had what I needed, the export bus. So we'll place the export bus on here. And then you are going to export water and coal. And you're probably going to need some acceleration cards. Let's make a couple of them real quick. Oh, you know what? I needed that calculation press. One in there, at least it's running. So with just one acceleration card, we have this running. So it's pulling in coal and water. And then you see the temperatures rising and we're getting our steam. Easy. You know, I could have went one over. That's okay. This'll work. So let's see here. So now that we've got that, we need to make ourselves a fluid pipe to be able to run the steam up. So that needs bronze curved plates, copper rotors. He gets 16. Not too bad. 16 of them. And need more bronze. Is it time to make some more? Yeah, close. We got those. And then we need to put copper in here. So to make a copper rotor, you need bolts, blades, and rings to make one. And I don't think we have any of that. Nope. So copper down. So we're going to grab... What was that? Bolt, blade. And blades are made from curved and that. Okay. You can toss these in there. I thought the curved plate's there too. So I need a couple of these. These are the fluid pipes. We'll see how 32 works. I mean, we're gonna have to just autocraft those just so then we have them. But let's see here. We want to go up and in fluid input hatch. So we could just break these two. And then run this down. And these pipes are really interesting. I will say that. The way that they can bend and curve is kind of crazy. We'll see that soon enough. Okay. So now this we need to no. Go back around. And we got steam. So now we just go ahead and grab some coal. And we will set this up to automatically work. But right now, I'm just happy to see this running. So then we're going to have fluid, which is going to be... Is it creosote that's going to come from that? Well, let's get these. Coke. So coke is going to be coming out of here. And then we're going to get an excess of creosote. Yep. So then we want to save the creosote because we're going to need that. Can we get a... Trying to figure out what I want to make next. If we do make the compressor, then we can just automatically add those items in there and be able to make what we need. Maybe we'll do that. So fluid pipes, copper gears. And then we got to pull the items out, so we're going to need the item one too. Let's see here. You can be gone. So bronze curved plates and steel plates, which we do have steel. Then we need these curved plates, which you can use a compressor for. Got any more? Have a good amount of tin and copper. Somewhat. We'll be making a lot more of it off camera. So then we have it. But this is kind of the start. You get your boiler working. Then you start tossing your items in. And we should... Oh, yeah. And creosote's going to fill up pretty quick. So let's get... Don't know why I chose 16. Oh, always the wrong grid. Did I not? Oh, I thought I clicked it. So then we got 32 of those. Cool. And then the compressor is bronze machine casing, bronze gear. Easy. That can go away. Bronze compressor. Did I not make copper gears? Oh, I thought I did. Forge hammer. Did I not have? I thought I had 2 of these. Did I put it somewhere else and forget about it? I know I had another one somewhere. And I need 3 of those. You know what? I think it'd just be easier just to do this. In the end. Compressor. So then you are the fluid, and you are going to be right here. So then you need steam. Or should I go over one more? Should leave my magnet on. Could go one more over. And then I should be able to pull steam from here. Oh, that's item. Fluid pipe. Fluid pipe you all the way over. Wrong way. And we should have steam. Now, I don't know how many machines you can hook up to the steam boiler before you need a couple of them. So I'll have to look into that too. But at least now I can put in my items. Bronze plate. Easy. And then the different machines, you get different outputs for it. That compresses. Macerator use gunpowder 2 times this machine. Okay. Furnace. And the cutting machine. We'll probably need to make a cutting machine too. And figure out where we're going to put this creosote. Bronze rotors. So then it's just coke dust and iron dust is going to make uncooked steel. And you can put that in a mixer. Okay. And then that'll get us to steel. Once we set up a steam blast furnace. And then we just basically recreate this and get the fire bricks going. Which, now that I'm looking at it, I might just expand this island more. Because I think, yeah, we got a feral flare lantern. Power good? Okay. Well, I mean, at least this is all running. And this has got steam, so that'll be running. So maybe what we'll do is figure out what we want to do next. All right, so thinking about it, I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and make the 3 machines needed just to cut back on how much time it's going to take to run over to the forge hammer and everything else, and kind of get all these set up. So let's go ahead and make these, and we'll also need to save this creosote so then we can get more of it, so we'll just put a tank underneath of it. We got the cutting machine. Let's get the macerator. Did I not make enough of these? Yes, not. I should have bronze. So then bronze plates. We can just do this route for now. Should be able to make. Do my math wrong. Bronze gear. We have 1. So we need 1 more of these. Got it. So there is our macerator. And then our mixer. Now, I don't know if there's a certain way to set these up, but I do want the mixer on the end. I guess we can do cutting machine, macerator, and then everything needs steam. Which I'm gonna have to make some more fluid pipes. Oh, wrong way. Thought there was a way that you can click these in. Wrong spot. And wrong item. One of these days I'll learn these. One of these days I'll learn it. Glass panes? That should be enough at least to get these running. Wrong spot. Come back here. There it is. Very tiny pipes. At least now, all these have steam. And then this one does need water as well. So honestly, we can just get a bucket of water to at least put in there. Really, we could just grab the rest of the water, just to make sure that it's all in there. And then we will be automating the water, because we have water in our AE system. Let's go ahead and we'll grab these items, because we don't want to lose any of this. We're going to put advanced fluid pipe here. And then we'll put an oak drawer here. And we should be able to fluid pipe. I think if you get under it. And then to the side of it. There it is. Saving the creosote. And then we can just item pipe. Not that. Item pipe you. I don't know if I can reach this one, but I'm gonna try. There we go. And configure you. Oh, nope, wrong way. Now, is that actually going to pull? Is my question. Still have... I wonder why that's not pulling. Can it not go into a functional drawer? I would think it would be able to. Or does it have to go to a certain side? Might be a certain side. But you know what? At least we're saving the creosote and everything else. Everything is running. We'll come back next episode and we'll get the fire clay bricks going, and then we'll be able to start jumping into getting ourselves ready for the Steel Age. So then we can start making alloy smelter, steel unpacker, the wire mill, quarry. Although I don't know if we're gonna need a quarry. I don't think so. I know I want the wire mill, so then we can start making these resistors and capacitors. Get ourselves the analog circuit. Cool. All right. Catch you on the next one.